Hello, everybody. This time we are talking about forms of business communication. Communication plays a vital role in the success of your business. Whether you're navigating a small startup or growing an established brand, effective communication drives productivity, ensures smooth operations, and fosters strong relationships with employees and customers alike. The form of communication can be described as the first verbal communication. Verbal communication is the most common form of communication. It involves speaking words to convey messages and is the most direct and efficient way to communicate. In the workplace, people communicate verbally all the time. You'll talk with customers over the phone or in a video conference, and you'll speak to co workers or partners in person. Verbal communication can also be supported by written and non-verbal communication, like in a speech or presentation. You would use both verbal and visual communications to present a product or a business plan to stakeholders. And then the second, written communication. Written communication is the act of writing or typing to share information. It's a common communication tool, often shared through books, blog posts, letters, emails, memos, and pamphlets. Written communication is a fantastic way to document information, provide instructions, and maintain records at your business. You can use written communication to create newsletters, blog posts, and email campaigns for your company. Their tools support your marketing campaigns because they are used on almost every customer's engagement software. And then third, visual communication. Visual communication conveys information using images, charts, graphs, and infographics. When used properly, it's a powerful tool for capturing attention and simplifying information. Since customers have different learning styles, visual communication is sometimes the best way for others to retain information. In the workplace, visual communication is used for PowerPoints, infographics, and charts. It's also used for posters, signage, and performance reports. These visuals are great for internal communication between employees. And then fourth, non-verbal communication. Non-verbal communication refers to body language, gestures, facial expressions, postures, and eye contact. Our physical actions convey messages, and we can use them both intentionally and unintentionally with customers. And then we move to forms of organizational communication. The first form, internal operational communication. Communication that occurs for carrying out operations of the organization is known as internal operational communication. Internal members of the organization, such as workers, managers, the board of directors, members of trade unions, etc., are the participants of internal communication. This type of organizational communication takes the form of oral and written. Oral communication occurs through face-to-face conversation, telephone, meeting, speech, etc. Written communication is done through orders, instructions, reports, memos, letters, etc. In modern time, many organizations provide intranet facility for internal electronic communication. And then second, personal communication. Communication that occurs for exchanging personal information, ideas, and feelings rather than business-related information are termed as personal communication. Not all communication that occurs in business is personal. Whenever people come in contact with each other, they engage in personal communication. Personal communication is a crucial part of organizational communication. Although such form of communication does not deal with operational plans, it influences the attitudes of the employees regarding those operational plans. And then third, external operational communication. Communication with the external parties or groups is known as external operational communication. External parties include customers, suppliers, government agencies, regulatory authority, local community, special interest group, and the general public. Without communicating with these external parties, it is not possible to achieve organizational goals. And then we move to strategies for business communication. The first strategy, define the purpose. Before communicating, it is essential to define the purpose of the communication. This helps to ensure that the message is clear, concise, and targeted to the intended audience. Second, provide feedback. Feedback is essential in business communication. Providing constructive feedback helps to improve future communication and ensures that the message is delivered effectively. And then third, know your audience. Understanding the audience is crucial in business communication. Knowing the target audience preferences, expectations, and communication styles helps to tailor the message appropriately. And then fourth, follow up. Following up after communication helps to reinforce the message and ensure that the target audience understands the information correctly. This also provides an opportunity to address any questions or concerns that the audience may have. And fifth, choose the right medium. The choice of medium for communication depends on the message's content and the target audience. For instance, a face-to-face conversation may be more appropriate for discussing sensitive issues or negotiations, while an email may be more suitable for conveying general information. And then we move to key factors that influence business communication. The first factor is perception. How individuals interpret messages depends on their background, experience, and mindset. A message perceived as constructive by one person might be seen as criticism by another. And then second, trust. When there is mutual trust, people are more open to receiving and acting on information. Trust encourages honest feedback and collaborative problem solving. Without it, employees may hesitate to speak up, share ideas, or report problems. And third, relevance. Being on point is crucial. Messages should be concise and directly address the core topic. This saves time and ensures better comprehensions, especially in fast-paced business settings. I think it is enough. Thanks for watching.